What if instead of Daft Punk, it was Freak Punk? And what if instead of being called Human After All, the album was Bussin' After All? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Rank Everything, the show where we rank everything. I'm your host, Ryan, and today we're going to be ranking things not to do on a first date. So, our tiers for today are here at the bottom. We have awkward, but you finish the date anyway. Then from there, we've got weird, but okay. Then we've got what the fuck. And then you have go to the bathroom and never come back. And then finally, here at the top, we have I need to get the fuck out of here right now. To danger zone. Okay. Not too many of these, but is that I made this template. It is public if you want to go here and do these rankings as you wish or whatever. You can post your whatever. Okay, you can post them to the community tab in the channel if you want to. But no, here we are. So the reason why some of these are so big is because they're not cropped or whatever. That's an option you have. But okay, now first up we've got asks to split the check before even sitting down. So basically, it's like as soon as you two meet, you shake hands, hug, whatever. They tell you that they want to split the check before you've even sat down at the restaurant, wherever you're at for dinner. And I guess this can go either way, depending on who you, or like if you're a guy or a girl. So I'm a guy, so I was always taught that the guy pays for the first date. Because we're just going to assume that it's a first date for all of these. Because that's obviously what the point is. And so if they say they want to split the check before they even sit down, that's fine by me, because I'm expecting to have to pay for the whole thing. But if they say that they want to split the check, I would honestly like that, because it saves me money. I'm not having to pay all for the whole date in case the date doesn't go good, which is the whole point of this tier list. I'm going to say it's a bit awkward, but you finish the date anyway, because that kind of question is always awkward. Brings their mom with them. Well, maybe this works if you're like in high school or middle school, but like I'm a fucking adult. If my mom wanted to come with me on the first date that I was ever going to have with any girl, I would shut that shit down immediately. My mom is not leaving that house. Now, of course, if my mom follows me to the date, well, there's not much I can do about that except call the police and get a restraining order put in. But if they bring their mom with them, I don't know. I'm such a nice person when it comes to that kind of thing, so I probably wouldn't mind it in that moment because I'd just be so shocked. But and when I'm thinking about it after the fact, I'd be like, man, what the fuck? So that's what it would be. It lands in the what the fuck category. Brings a PowerPoint presentation about their childhood trauma. So if this is as literal as it sounds, where they literally brought the whole PowerPoint presentation, like they got a computer set up, they have a projector, or some shit like that, at the restaurant, that's like some psycho shit right there. So we're probably going to the bathroom and not coming back. Says, I don't believe in cutlery at dinner. I have never heard a person say this in my entire life, which is realistically why it's that much crazier, is because I can't even fathom someone saying this unless they literally were raised by wolves or something and they don't know how to use a fork or some shit like that. So that's probably like a weird but okay thing, because I don't know, if we're at a restaurant where it's all finger food, I totally understand or whatever. I don't know. Story time real quick. My grandpa has really bad Parkinson's, and it's so bad that he's not allowed to use silverware. It's an order he was given by his doctor. So my grandpa can either only have finger food, or stuff that he can eat with his bare hands, or he has to be fed. And of course, he ain't gonna let anybody do that, so he only eats like chicken strips and I don't know. I'm sure he uses silverware all the time. He's just not supposed to. Next up, we've got insists that you call them dungeon master. Now this is fucking weird. This is weird. And I don't know. This is like if you ask me, this is like some childish shit. If you go on a date and whoever it is, doesn't matter who, someone that they demand that you call them dungeon master, we're getting into the realm of like, this is some kink shit, and I'm not about that, at least not when it comes to finding someone that I am gonna date and hopefully, marry. So all I'm gonna say is this definitely goes in the go to the bathroom and never come back. Has your LinkedIn resume printed out? Okay, this one, yeah, I'm gonna put this one in the top just because, I mean, think about this for a second. You don't know this person. Like, maybe you met them on a dating app, maybe you talked to them one time in person, and, some things happen there. Like, okay, think about it like this. You say it's like a coworker. So it's a coworker. You see them every day. You like them. You talk them up a bit. You ask them out of the date. They say yes. You show up to the date, and they have your LinkedIn resume printed out, and like they're reading off of it and asking you questions about it. That is some psycho shit right there. Like, that's like they're like digging into your and I mean it's one of the things where like it's on the same level of like, whenever you go on a date with somebody and then you check to see if they have any outstanding warrants in their name afterward. That kind of thing. It's like in the same vein as that, where you're making an attempt to dig into their personal life or some shit like that. But this is taking it a step further because they printed out your LinkedIn resume and they brought it with them to the date. Need to get the fuck out of here right now. Says, let's skip to marriage. Dating is for cowards. This one's definitely gonna be like top 3 because, like, I guess it just depends on what state of your life that you're in and how desperate you are to find somebody that you want to marry. But you gotta date that person. You gotta go on dates. You gotta learn about each other. You don't just meet somebody and then get married within. I totally understand people who really, really feel like they're in love. Like, I've heard stories of people who have gotten married after only dating for a month and then they were married for 50 years or some shit like that. I've totally heard of that, but that's not realistic. So if you're on a first date with somebody and they ask, they just want to straight up skip to marriage, that's definitely a red flag. This is probably a go to the bathroom, never come back kind of situation. Orders milk at a bar. Okay, so I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol. I don't like alcohol. I will not drink, would never drink, that kind of thing. So I don't go to bars. So this is not a difficult question for me, just because I can say that I would never order milk at a bar because I would just never go to a bar. But even if I was at a bar, I just wouldn't get anything. I would not even assume that they had milk for me to order, because what the fuck? I can totally understand ordering a glass of water. I would never get a glass of water from a bar. I can totally understand, I'm sure plenty of bars just sell normal non-alcoholic drinks, like fountain, like soda from a fountain or something like that. This one's weird, but yeah, this is like a weird but okay thing. Pulls out a puppet and says it's their therapist. Now this is definitely some like what the fuck kind of situation, because either they're really crazy or it's a joke that they just do with everybody. But you have to sort of look at them and see the way that they act to be like, oh my god, they're serious, or some shit like that. Like, if it's one of the things where, like, the way you can tell is that if it's a moment, like, go to the bathroom, after you get out of the bathroom, kind of just look at them at the table for a minute and see if you can catch them having a sort of semi-serious conversation with the puppet. That's how you'll know if that's a crazy person or not. Quotes Shrek too much. Now, I don't mind a Shrek reference. Can't imagine that anybody would mind a Shrek quote, but I mean, I guess it depends on the intensity of it. If it's like literally every sentence or every other sentence they're throwing in a Shrek thing, I might get annoyed really fast. I'd be like, okay, I get it. That kind of thing. But if it's like a few times a night and it's, it's pretty funny, it's very like on point with what the situation is, I wouldn't mind at all. So I'm going to say awkward, but you finish the date anyway. Refers to their ex as the one who got away temporarily. This is also what this tells me is that this person is not in it for the long haul. So said, I date to marry. So if I'm dating somebody, it's because I intend to hopefully see if we're compatible enough to get married, and that's always how I've been. It's how I was raised. But if you get with somebody and they're talking about their ex as if they intend to get back with them, that means that they're not committed to any relationship that you two are going to be in. So you might as well just fucking leave right away. So this is definitely I need to get the fuck out of here right now. He brings the snake and says, she's my emotional support serpent. Now, I think snakes are pretty cool. I would never necessarily want to own a snake or see one or be encounter one, especially out in the wild, obviously. But if someone brought one to our date as like an emotional support thing, I don't think I'd mind that too much, just because animals are pretty cool. So I'm gonna say weird, but okay. Talks only in riddles. Now, I don't know, this one would annoy the fucking shit out of me, so I'm gonna put this one in the go to the bathroom and never come back category, just because, like, I'm trying to have a serious conversation with somebody and actually get to know them, but if they're not, like, a straight talker and we're not actually learning anything about each other because I don't understand anything that they're saying, well, then that's just not gonna work out. like, it's one of the things where just, like, it's like it feels like the two-way street thing where I'm trying to meet you halfway and you're not, putting forth any effort to meet me halfway because you're more interested in talking in riddles than you are in talking to me like a normal ass person. Tries to convert you to flat earth theory. This one's automatic red flag. I mean, if you're I said I believe in all that stuff. I believe in science. I believe in the power of logic and reasoning, but there is no logic and reasoning behind flat earth theory, and there's no such thing as reasoning with people who really, really believe it. And I've seen those videos of them getting into arguments with actual scientists and other stuff like that. It's just frustrating. So no, I could not be with somebody who tries to do this shit and then winks after every sentence. If someone was winking after every sentence, the first couple of times I'd be like, okay, well, what are we saying here? Something, you thinking about getting frisky tonight? And then as they continue to do it, I'd be like, okay, this person's obviously got some kind of muscle in their face that keeps acting up. They must have like Tourette's or some kind. And so I'm going to say weird, but okay. But here you have it. This is our official ranking for things that you should not do on a first date, or things you should look out for on a first date, or something like that. If you all enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. I'm all messed up. Okay. If you all enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel to see more content like this in the future. It means everything to me. Whenever you all subscribe to the channel, watch the videos all the way through. Very helpful. Leave a like on this video so that YouTube will recommend it more to recommend my channel more to you as well as others in the future. Very helpful for helping the channel grow. And then, finally, leave a comment down below letting me know what ranking you want to see in the future. It can be anything. Channel is called Rank Everything. Once again, thank y'all for watching. Until next time, have a good one.